Okay, it is time for all agents in the sound of my voice in at least one key MLS members to list your buyers. List your buyers. Here's what I mean. If you are showing someone houses and you do not have an exclusive right to represent signed, you are going to have some heartache down the road, quite possibly. And here's what I mean. We are entering an era when you're going to log on to the MLS and you're going to look for buyer agent compensation, and you're not going to see what you've grown accustomed to over the past years. You're going to see zero. You're going to see $1. You're going to see something much lower than what you have been accustomed to. And that means you're going to have to work your commission into the purchase price if they are getting a mortgage, or have the difference made up from your buyer at closing, and if they are paying cash or something like that. You can do it. This is not, by the way, a new thing. The very, 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 very first closing that I had in 2005 as an independent broker, for those of you who remember, was a Foxton's closing. And they were offering much smaller commission than what I felt that I had earned. And I worked the difference into the purchase price, and my client was happy with it. Everybody was fine with it. Different market back then, but I did it flawlessly. You can do it as well, but you're going to have to start signing your buyers up to an exclusive right to represent that details that you are going to be compensated whatever it is that you charge, okay? And that means you need to have a buyer consultation with your clients and start spelling out your value proposition and why you're not free. Don't say that you're free anymore. Don't say that people don't pay extra for what you're doing anymore. Don't say that there's no out-of-pocket costs. Don't wordsmith something where people think that they're not going to pay extra for your services or pay separate for your services. Let people know that you are their fiduciary and their advocate in the largest transaction of their life, and you are fairly compensated no matter how it is structured. And once you have that buyer consultation, and I'm talking about like a slide deck, I'm talking about like, slides, right? Where you do the same thing for a buyer that you do with a seller, with a presentation and a value proposition, an introduction, and a whole plan that spells out what your value proposition is going to be with the client. So list your buyers. And if you don't know how to do that, or you don't know how to work your commission into the transaction, learn. I'll be posting more stuff about that in the future. But for now, list your buyers. Sign them up to an exclusive right to represent and demonstrate your value so that you have something in writing, so that when you go to them and let them know that we're going to have to structure things differently from the way their parents did it or the way they did it differently 5 years ago, they won't be surprised. List your buyer.